Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm starting to get some of that fall spring hope. It's 3:44 p.m. and the sun is still out. It was not long ago. How messed up is it that the darkest day of the year happens like the day after winter starts? Winter solstice. Wednesday, December 21st, 2022. That is what the winter solstice is, right? Either of Earth's poles reaches its maximum tilt away from the sun. There we go. Other names: shortest day of the year, extreme of winter. Winter solstice, December 21st, first day of winter, 2021. Tuesday, December 2021. Tuesday, December 21st, 2021. The apex of winter is the first day? Kind of like how the best part of Last Night in Soho was the first act. Anyway, welcome back to Isaac. Here we go. We're going to randomize Bethany to the Lamb. That's very merciful, quite frankly. And we got all that wisp practice, so, like, I'm not sweating it. Yeah, we're good to go. Why not? Hold on. Why not? I remember how to play. I remember how to play Isaac. But, like, I'm not trying to say winter is ending soon. Like, the cold, at least here, it's going to stick around a little bit longer. Not forever, but a little bit longer. It usually starts to get warmer early March, I would say. Noticeably warmer, at least. You know, attire changing noticeably warmer. But certainly in terms of the length of the days, I mean, like, it's like a 1-2 punch, right? Like, you fall forward if you're still observing daylight savings time. I don't know what your religion is, but we're still observing it. You fall forward, you fall back. I was wondering why in my head that didn't sound right. It's because it makes no sense. You spring forward and fall back. But when you fall back, you know, like on a Saturday, 6 p.m. is when the sun goes down. On that Sunday, all of a sudden, that same 6 p.m. is 5 p.m. So you've just, like, your nights are starting an hour early, functionally speaking. So your mornings are starting an hour early, too, to be fair. And I'm actually, you know, I'm reaping all the benefits. But that's like a 1-2 punch for a lack of light. I mean, come on. Within the same, like, 2-week period, you're like, okay, it's not only the shortest day of the year, but we also took an extra hour off the top just because. Like a Jane's Addiction song from the mid-2000s, not one of the good ones from the 90s. You know, no wonder it feels like winter descends upon you, like, you know, it's Halloween, and then like 2 weeks later, you're like, what the heck, it's 4:15 and it's dark out? We gotta do something about that, man. That's too much. But now we've made it through, like, the greasiest part of the doldrums. And it's starting to stay light a little bit longer. Maybe you haven't noticed it yet, but you will. You will. I'm looking forward to it, man. Honestly, it's one of my favorite things about, you know, spring, summertime. I know a lot of people, this is how old I am now. We're doing a whole episode. We're just going to talk about the weather, but a lot of people prefer the winter time. I think it's like partly a personality thing. Maybe they like Christmas. Maybe they, you know, they're like all the popular girls at school like the summertime. I'm not like them. I like to read books instead of go tanning. So I'm more of an autumn or a winter type. I'm here to tell you, like, I mean, I was in that same boat. Don't get me wrong. I'm not into the summer season necessarily, because of the fact that the weather is hot. I can go to the beach or whatever. That's not for me. But man, it's so much easier to just go outside in the summertime. I'll admit, I don't live in a place where, except for last summer when we had like the most catastrophic, like, non-hurricane or earthquake weather event in British Columbian history with that heat dome that killed, I don't know, like 70 people or something like that. Except for last summer, we normally stay pretty mild, but it's also, like, it's so nice to be like, hey, honey, I'm going to go outside. And then she's like, okay. And then 3 seconds later, I'm out the door. Now it's like, oh, I gotta think about going outside. Okay, let me get my toque. Let me get my winter coat. Do I need to wear this coat? This coat might be a little overkill. Maybe I'll be a little hot, but I'd rather be a little hot than a little cool because I could always just unzip it. Maybe I should just wear the windbreaker. No, go with the winter coat. Okay, and then, is it wet outside? Do you think I could just wear shoes or do I gotta wear boots, you know? It just takes longer to get everything going on. Then you're like, cold outside, you're too hot inside. And don't even get me started. I mean, with the baby is so much worse to, it used to just be a plop her in the stroller, strap her in, we'll go for a walk. Now it's like, I gotta put on a winter coat. It's easy enough to put a winter coat on yourself, but to put a winter coat and maybe some snow pants on the baby, put some boots on the baby. Then we got like this winter module for our stroller that is lined with like synthetic fur, so it's a little warmer. I gotta unzip that, I gotta put her in, I gotta zip it up. She's trying to fight the zipper the whole way up. It's a whole lot of mess, man. In the summertime, you just plop her in the stroller and you're like, we're off to the dang races. We're already at the grocery store by the time winter me is even leaving the house. So that's it. It's partly just the convenience of being outside. There's not as much apparatus associated with it. And then it's also partly, I like it when it stays light longer. I don't think that's a rare or controversial opinion. All right, I guess. Well, I guess. But it's one of my favorite parts of the summertime in Vancouver is that the sun stays out pretty late. Like, it wouldn't be that unreasonable to, like, meet somebody at 8 p.m. outside. It wouldn't quite be midday, but you would be like, it sort of feels midday-esque. And it might not be, like, actually dark until, like, 10 or something like that. Nowadays, I mean, it's just demoralizing to finish recording an Isaac episode, drive to daycare, and then, like, the sun is already down, and I'm like, it's 4:40! But anyway, we're working our way through it. Nothing to really complain about, quite frankly. We're pogging off here. This run's great. Mr. Boom has accentuated all the natural curves of the Book of Wisps. Would you look at that? We got some angel deals. Hear me out. Use a bomb. I think we should live in a deterministic universe here. What do I mean by what a ridiculous statement this is? I think we should... Nice try. Nice try. Oops, oops, oof, oof, oof. Man stepping on rake over and over. Angel stepping on blue fire over and over. I think we should take what they offered us, because I believe the universe is a benevolent place. Sometimes. Depending on who you ask. And then we should Soul of Isaac the key piece and pick it up as soon as we hit the Soul of Isaac so that we know it's going to give us the new item. Because it should change as soon as we hit Soul of Isaac. So we start with this. Oh, you know what? That's fine. We can see the other one swapping, so we don't have to worry about that. So we'll just go Soul of Isaac, grab. Oh, what the heck? Oh, son of a... Hold on, I'm cheating the system. I'm cheating the system, and I'm reaping all the benefits. Oh, baby. If you're mad about that, I can understand that, but also that's hilarious. That we finally created a situation where the item tracker, it wasn't expecting it. Anyway. So yeah, not that much going on. Just having... Oh, there's bombs. You're throwing bombs on occasion. Having a good time. Pretty stoked. You might be mad at me for Peloton posting. But again, I always like to make it clear. I'm not trying to get you to buy a Peloton. I just have very little going on in my life that is able to be mined for anecdotes right now. In the summertime, she'll probably go back to activity gym. She'll start saying sentences and stuff like that. There'll be some very funny and heartwarming moments. It'll be great for everybody, okay? But for now, we're kind of in like a holding pattern. It's the winter season. It is what it is, right? We're not really doing much. Canucks tickets keep getting canceled. if you've sneezed in the last 72 hours, it's illegal to leave your house. You know, just stuff like that. It makes it a little tougher, but I'm not trying to Peloton post. And at least I'm not trying to do it to, like, convince anybody to buy one. You know, that's your own personal decision. You could always just get, like, a Schwinn and then strap an iPad to it, right? And then, you know, watch these videos. But it's happy to report, after my incredible sleep last night, I did set a new PB on the Peloton that I previously thought was unassailable. And then I plugged it, because I'm like, you know, you start to think, you forget, like, what it takes to become, like, you know, good at something. Most things in life, to get good at them, you don't have that, like, natural mastery by default. You might have, like, a weighting, you know, one way or the other. But, you know, nobody is like, they pick up a book once and they're like, I need to read Anna Karenina, you know? Instead, it's a gradual process. But I started thinking to myself, like, wow, I'm a good cyclist, man. Oh, man, I don't know. Maybe I could, like, be in races or something like that. Like, not the Tour de France, not for another 6 months or so. But if I could maybe just, you know, there's got to be something local, right? Like maybe a 30-minute Ed Sheeran race that they do on the Peloton from time to time. They ever do those IRL? Nope, I wonder why. Dude, these bombs are homing too. Dude, where's my bombs? Homing in on the enemies. Then I plug in my my stats. I plug in my output to a watts per kilogram calculator, and it turns bright red and says, "Okay, slugger, how'd you get your dad's internet browser? Might want to put in a couple extra decades on the bike before you even think of entering like a fun run." You know, it's a process. It's a learning process. But I was 6,000 out of 27,000 on the leaderboard today for my 90s rock and light arms ride. 90s rock ride and light arms. 90s rock and... I don't know how you would phrase this sentence. Anyway, so that's all I got going on. The Peloton did kill another fictional character I saw. Sometimes people ask, they'll come to my chat, it's like a gotcha. They're like, "Hey NL, how do you feel about your Peloton now that the stock's down like 40%? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, how do you feel about everything you own now that the S&P 500 is down like 11% over the course of 2022 so far? You know, like it's... As long as the bike still works. If the company goes out of business, I'll be upset because, I don't know, I'm going to have to start watching, you know, like SpongeBob SquarePants or something on the Peloton screen. Or as my chat suggested, I could just jailbreak the Peloton Android tablet and turn it into a Game Boy Advance emulator. The most amazing. This man found a way to build the most expensive Game Boy Advance emulator ever created. Inspiring. But, you know, until it happens, I'm not going to worry about it too much. As long as they keep the Sam Yo archive pumping, the credit card rings up every month. And that's pretty much all I got. I don't even have a HUD, man. That's how little I got. So I'm hoping I could play it twice. I knew we were at full HP. So I'm confident that we can give you a little extra, but even though it generates wisps, if I remember correctly, first off, we don't have the HP base necessary to make the wisps real, or to make IV bag really work that well for us. But I think also, secondly, the wisps that you get from IV bag are actually garbage. I might be misremembering, but honestly, Mr. Boom is doing some pretty okay stuff for us. So I'm not being like a, ooh, that's amazing. I'm not being a Mr. Boom hater right now at all. I think it's actually, you know, it's going pretty well, quite frankly. Was hoping we might get some more tiers upgrades. No sweat? 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 Kind of a slap in the face, but we did get 2 tiers ups earlier, so I guess I can't complain too much, which is a hard position for me to be in. Might explain why my words per minute's a little lower now. You might be wondering, NL, have you seen the new Matrix yet? No, so we did watch a movie. Kate and I watched a movie. We watched Last Night in Soho, the new Edgar Wright movie. I want it to be known, okay? I'm not an Edgar Wright hater. I love 2/3 of the Cornetto trilogy. And I feel like, I mean, Hot Fuzz is my favorite for sure. Shaun of the Dead is also very good. I think it suffers because, you know, it felt like it was coming out at like peak zombie, but what we didn't realize that actually was like peak zombie was like 2014 or something like that. So in its own weird way, it became a spoof of something that continued to become so oversaturated that I don't even want to see a satirical movie about zombies as much as I want to see Hot Fuzz again. That's not a knock on Shaun of the Dead, which is a fantastic film. Or it's not a knock that it has any control over anyway. And I really liked Scott Pilgrim. I'm not trying to rile up the Scott Pilgrim lovers or the Scott Pilgrim haters, but I did see it, you know, for the first time when I was, I don't know, like 21 or something like that. I feel like that's kind of like the perfect age. And, you know, I was 21 in 2010, right? So it was like the perfect age and time to see it and be like, whoa, actual, like, genuine video game references in my Hollywood movie? It's more likely than you think. I've seen it since then. What are we on? Depths 1? Okay. And I guess I would say I don't necessarily have the same reverence for it on repeat viewing that I did the first time, but I very much enjoyed it the first time, for sure. We're going to try to use Red Key a little here. Not exhaustively, but at least for a bit. I think we can have some fun with this. Be a great time to get a deal with the devil, man. Or a deal with the angel, or just get away from me. But I must admit, my God, I'm accidentally so good. I must admit, I was pretty disappointed with Last Night in Soho. All right. Which, I'll admit was also, like, it started... This is just my review. I'm not going to spoil anything. It started super interesting, and throughout, I must admit, I'm not one of those people that's like, hey, this movie I sucked in every dimension. I must admit, the editing and the cinematography is beautiful throughout the film. Really, really well done and creative. I'm going in the dang walls, man. Starts really compellingly, then somewhere around the midpoint, like right around the second act, takes a turn into farce that for a little bit I was like, it's okay, it's gonna recover from this, but then just doubles down on it and doubles down on it and doubles down on it and so on and so forth. So, you know, if you're asking if you should, you know, pay money to watch that movie, ooh, Echo Chamber. My review is no. However, we didn't use money. We used loyalty points from Canada's largest theater chain. So for 400 scene points, you know, I felt like we could have done worse. Certainly, I wouldn't say... I mean, look, when I tweeted, did I tweet something incendiary? Like, wow, Last Night in Soho kind of A-word? Yes. But that's just because I really only have, like, 3 opinions about movies. It's like, okay, best movie I've ever seen, or kind of butt. And that I must be honest that, you know, even after this more measured review I've given you here, I would still keep Last Night in Soho in the kind of butt tier. So that's my review. We still keep telling ourselves we're going to get to the theater and see Spider-Man. it's any day now. And it's still in theaters, right? Probably. 10 keys. What the heck? That's incredible. I think it's gotta still be in theaters. What else has come out since then that's gonna push Spider-Man out of theaters? Come on. It's January. I wouldn't believe it if it weren't in theaters. I would be surprised. Whoa, oh, excuse me? We got a Red Room shop? What is this? David Lynch's estate being monetized against his wishes after he dies? I don't know, that was kind of a weird bit, I apologize. But you know, they got Stan Lee hawking NFTs and stuff, man. It was timely at the very least. I totally forgot that we got hemoptysis as well. I don't want to live my life in the walls. I'm going to level with you. We already got one incredible secret. We should keep in mind every pill or card that we use gets used every time we use a pill or a card. So truth be told, this run should be pretty close to unlosable, which means we should really buy
I'm excited.
anything but that. Okay, so every time we use a pill is going to become I'm excited, huh? What have I done? You know what? I'm being honest with you. I'm kind of glad I did it. It's certainly going to make the run harder, but if we stack up enough useful pills on it, we're not going to care. What do we care, man? Why is this already open? The idea with this is that you get so strong that it's irrelevant. Like, it doesn't matter. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how much longer we can keep up the game here with the, you know, going to every single red room that we find. Because I'm just watching the clock, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure... we're not even close to being late for daycare pickup now. Like, we're 40 minutes away from leaving to get there 10 minutes early. But this can really extend your run. There's no doubt about that. Now, let's go see what these are. Unidentified? Why not? Oh, baby! What the heck? Now, I have to be honest with you again. Because, like, the red key is kind of sick for us from a... What the heck? From a fun perspective. But we can't just mash it. Mercurius. And that's a problem. Because if we have 48-hour energy on every pill we take, we'd really like to just mash non-stop. So let's see what this is. Justice? I mean, that's... What? Oh, my other pill's still there. That's great. I think we gotta go back... Well, hold on. Small rock? I think we already have small rock. We need some HP, too, is the problem. I can't get into my curse room. I can't go back into my curse room. Hold on, unless Justice gives us a red heart. You piece! You've gated me into this cursed position. Hold on. I'm going into the walls, man. I could re-roll my whole run, but bizarrely, that's like the less zany decision right now. Feed me? Feed me? Oh, God. Feed me? The doors are already open. Okay, the doors are already open. There we go. We got some HP back. Hold on. Feed me. Let me in. Let me in. I don't know where we are anymore. We're in too deep, man. Like some 41 said. We're in too deep. And I'm trying to keep all the blood in my head instead of going under. How about we go through here for just a moment? And then, whoa, 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 whoa. And then we go through here. Is this when I finally figure out what I'm excited does? I know what 48-hour energy does. Don't insult me. Me. Thank you. Little demon hearts. Thank you. Sure, why not go into the walls a little bit more? This is too much. Go into the walls just a little bit more. Just because it also gives us a wisp every time. And the wisps are actually like, I mean, they're going to help us out a lot from like a damage perspective, like doing damage, so to speak, such as. Okay, we've already opened this door somehow. It's going to give us another charge, give us some keys. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I never should have smoked that stuff. Now I'm lost in the walls. So I think the genius play... I almost walked straight into that, man. If there is a genius play, knowing we have such easy access to 48-hour energy, we take back Mr. Boom, and then we use the Fool card in the spawn room of our next floor. I know this is not going to be a popular decision because red key is fun. We got a lot out of it on this floor. Like, I don't feel bad about that. In fact, we got echo chamber, so we actually did use red key to get like a persistent element of even superior Zane. But now, you should definitely have used it. This is important to me because it's... If we have the ability to get so many 48-hour energies, we should also make sure that our at least in my opinion. We should make sure that our spacebar item is kind of spammable. Because then we can really get the effect of having like all these wisps available. But now I'm realizing the wisps via red key were probably like really good. And the wisps via Mr. Boom, I'm not gonna say lackluster. Whoa! Why are we still opening doors as well? Why are there still red keys being opened? I don't know what's happening, man. I'm lost in the supermarket. I can no longer shop happily. I'm still in the walls. I can't escape the walls. Either way. If I'm being legitimate, I actually have no idea what to expect from the rest of this run. I think realistically 3 HP is a really bad sign. As much as I would love to blame the game for that, we did lose an Eternal Heart we could have saved. I don't know, Ace of Spades is kind of a touchy one, because you can't really go back from that. On the other hand, think of the wisps, man. Think of the wisps. Ace of Spades me? Oh no, I'm so stupid. I fool card myself every time I do anything. What were they thinking? What happened to my batteries from 48-hour energy? Why am I in the walls? I don't understand this game anymore, man. Anyway, Proptosis, though, kind of sick. Definitely sick, not kind of sick. Like, legitimately, I think 3 HP is a really tough number to work with. Now, we could surprise ourselves, make it through just fine. I mean, we certainly have a lot going for us, even with, like, Echo Chamber. Like, Echo Chamber's still pretty sweet, even if we have deliberately taken some dubious stuff. I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, do I possess the intellectual ability to just use Echo Chamber in the no-fun way to just ensure that we exclusively get benefits every time we touch it? Yeah, but sometimes, like, you know, sometimes your System 1 brain is like, screw all that. I don't need to think. Let's just have fun. And that's what I'm doing. Like, a lot of leisure in life is basically just deliberately doing something stupid for you, you know? Driving your car too fast. Consuming certain substances, you know? What the heck? We never finished this room? You know, I think in general in life, it's easy to make the smart decision, or at least, you know, it's easy to identify the smart decision. Sometimes doing the stupid thing is just a little bit more fun. Do we know what this is? There was oh, you know why? You know why we're not getting the batteries? It's because of the Ace of Spades. What am I doing? What have I done? Ooh. Ooh. Hold on, though. Wait. Hold on. Tower? Sure, why not? And then, what the heck's going on here? Whoa! Okay. This is going to help us out a lot. Speed has never been our issue. Also, don't be afraid to spam your spacebar, considering that's what you said you were going to do. Grab one of these. I think we're off to the races, man. I think we're off to the races. Use this once. Hit Q. Get the wisps back. Play it again. Look at that. He's a genius. Really stoked, by the way, that we have the map. Really excited to work with that. Don't kill me. I made a mistake, okay? You could not concoct a worse floor than this for us thus far. But you know what? That's the beauty of Red Stew. It's very easy to bring it back. Keep generating these wisps. Probably already gotten pretty close, I think. Like, it's gonna look like we're decaying for a bit here, but I mean, that's also the reason we were so happy to get the map, so that we knew the direction we were going in with Red Stew and would minimize the decay associated with Red Stew, but can't always get what you want, I suppose. Is there a way out here? No? Okay, fair enough. Well, I know what that means. That means we're going this way. Go ahead, try me. I don't know, you know, I'm proud of myself because it certainly looks like this will be funny. No matter what. Wait, so the moon card will teleport us to the ultra secret room. But it will also teleport us to the spawn room. So that's an interesting thing to think about. Here's what I'm thinking. I don't want to lose too much red stew power on this floor. So let's find the boss and then use the moon question mark card at the start of the next floor. That way, if it takes us to the fool room, we're still probably feeling pretty good, I would imagine. Hey, can you get hit by that? Thank you. That's some serious damage output. Okay, that's very helpful. That HP is like exactly what we needed here. We actually can see the map. He's a genius. You put that in your fool card and smoke it. I got Sacred Heart. Oh, dude, I must have been out of this on this run. You're telling me that this whole time every door has been open to me because of Mercury. That's why all the red doors were open. You can't blame me. I was out of practice, okay? Make sure you kill things, though, so you still get the red stew benefit. Okay, that was actually an obvious one. That was not like an interaction that should have been hard for us to figure out. Definitely we take those. Definitely we go down. Now we're going to get the easiest win you ever seen in your entire life, I think. This, I would say, probably not my crowning achievement as far as, you know, intelligent runs go. But for Zane, I mean, it's been a while since we were this bad in a funny way. Little bit, that's the dream, right? Make funny decisions, then get carried by like a Deus Ex Machina. That must be the right way. Yeah. I'm not even using the wisps anymore, man. They're just gonna slow me down. I don't want to have to dodge my own bombs. You know, you just cost me like 2 damage there. Ooh. Don't take it. Take it. Take it. I don't know. I'm not saying it's gonna be good. All I'm saying is I think it's gonna be very, very funny. Now we gotta walk back through all the dang rooms again, man. Sorry, pick up a little bit of extra killing power along the way so that you can rebuild, Help. Help me. There you go, good rebuilding, good rebuilding. We have fun here. Certainly a bit of a strange one. And of course I want that, because, I mean, it actually... I'm super stoked that the Super Moon card overrides the Fool card. That's so much more fun than the alternative would have been. Mostly because it allows me to pick up some of the strongest items in the game, without a doubt. But, hey man, I'm not being a hater. Plus, I forgot we're going to get all these awesome, cool deal with the devil items when we come in here. We can see what it is. Let's see. I deserve that, I suppose. It's quite ironic. 2 hearts, 2 hearts, 2 hearts. I'm okay with it. Spirit of the Night. I don't really know what's happening anymore. But here's the thing. I was going to say, do you think we're closer to the boss? I think it's fair to say that's obviously not the case. And dare I say, I think we should just fight Mega Satan again. Look at the damage output, man. Hey, I'm losing damage during your entrance here. If you could speed it up just a little bit. I'm not worried about our damage overall, though, because as soon as Wrath spawns, we're going to get it all back, if we've even lost it up to that point. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? So this, bizarrely, ended up being an incredibly strong run. I think it just goes to show you, like... I'm sure I've lost maybe once with Echo Chamber, but it genuinely is, like, so unbelievably strong. Even if you take only, like, dubious cards, it's still... it's so powerful that we were basically able to play it as recklessly as we wanted to, and never at any point did the threat of danger even rear its ugly head. Until now? Just kidding. I mean, there's a supporting cast. You know, you can't do it alone. No Isaac run is an island. I'm even happy for like 7 seals. I'm scared? No, you can't lose now. I've been talking a lot of smack. I've been talking so much smack. You're dead. Look at your face. You're all cracked up, man. Looking like Tom Cruise of Vanilla Sky. Okay, okay. We lived easily. Easily. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. See ya!